What is up, my basketball family? Welcome back to Green Team Productions. Hope all is well with you today. So the Philadelphia 76ers have a lot to look forward to coming into the next NBA season. They should be returning with a healthy James Harden and Joel Embiid. And on top of that, they picked up some pretty good players in free agency in PJ Tucker and DeAnthony Melton. But there is one player in particular that I'm really looking forward to coming into his third NBA season. And that player is no other than Tyrese Maxey. Now, for those of you who don't know, Tyrese Maxey was the 21st overall pick in the 2020 NBA draft. Coming into his first NBA season, he was only able to average about 15 minutes a game because you have to remember, the Philadelphia 76ers had their point guard at the time in Ben Simmons and backup point guard in Shake Milton, and sometimes would even split the guard duties with Korkmaz. So it is definitely safe to say that Tyrese Maxey was not priority when it came to the guard position. So within his allotted 15 minutes a game, Maxey was able to average 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. And trust me, those numbers definitely do not pop off the stat sheet. But with that being said, Tyrese Maxey was still an extremely promising player because you couldn't deny his blazing speed and ball handle, and on top of that, he was able to shoot the three at an effective clip. And he definitely had moments during his rookie campaign where he showed that he could ball. For instance, in his first start ever as a rookie, he put up 39 points. And that scoring total puts him at the most points in a rookie's first start since the 1970s. And personally, I didn't make too big of a deal about this when I first heard of it. But now as I watch it looking back, it was only a small glimpse into what we would see him do in the future. Fast forward to the top of his sophomore season, the 76ers are still right in the middle of the Ben Simmons drama, which would eventually lead to him sitting out until they found a proper trade. So with that happening, the Philadelphia 76ers had to make some changes to their lineup. And one of those changes was inevitably starting Tyrese Maxey. And what surprised me, bumping his minutes from 15 all the way up to 35 minutes a game, literally giving him more than double the amount of minutes that he got as a rookie. And just as his minutes doubled, so did his production. And I mean literally, his points, assists, and rebounds all doubled. He went from scoring 8 points a game to scoring 17. From averaging 2 assists, bumped all the way up to 4 assists. And I literally cannot make this up. Went from averaging a rebound and a half a game to 3 rebounds a game. And I know what you're thinking. If you boost any player's minutes on the court, of course their stats are going to go up. And I would have to wholeheartedly agree with you. But here's the thing that makes it a little bit different with Tyrese Maxey. Not only was he able to increase his numbers, literally double them, but he increased the efficiency at which he obtained those stats. Because if we look back to when he was a rookie, he shot 7 field goal attempts a game and knocked down 46% of those. But as a sophomore player, he increased his shot attempts by 6.5 shots a game and was still able to be more efficient, shooting 48% from the field, almost 49. And I know there seems to be a theme around here. I promise I do not want to say double this many times in one video. But his 3-point attempts, he doubled them, went from about 2 a game to 4 a game, and increased his efficiency. Rookie season, shot 30% from the 3. Sophomore season, 43% from the 3. And all the NBA players who at least shot 4 3-point attempts a game and played over 20 games in the season, Tyrese Maxey is 3rd in 3-point percentage, only behind Luke Kennard and Desmond Bane. And we know what kind of snipers those two are. But what makes the major difference is that Tyrese Maxey has the skill set to be able to pull up from the 3 off of the dribble. Now, I'm not saying Desmond Bane and Luke Kennard cannot perform that. These are NBA players. But on a night-to-night basis, typically what I see is both of those players getting open for catch and shoot threes. And again, no disrespect to them, but it just makes you a little bit more dangerous when you have Maxey's combination of speed, ball handling, and you're able to knock down the 3 at an efficient clip. Depending on the matchup, that could be pretty dangerous against any defense in the league. Though Maxey had a strong case for most improved player of the year, he would eventually lose out to Ja Morant. But the Philadelphia 76ers would end the season with a 51-31 record, placing them at the 4th seed in the East. They would eventually go on to play the Toronto Raptors in the first round, and it didn't take Maxey any time to show his presence in the series. Right out of the gate in game 1, Maxey comes out and drops 38 points and draining 5 threes in the process. He was absolutely unstoppable that night. And honestly, throughout the whole series, the 76ers would eventually beat the Raptors in 6 games. And through those 6 games, Tyrese Maxey was only second in scoring behind Joel Embiid, putting in 21 points a game with 5 assists and 5 rebounds. And though Toronto wasn't the best team, this was still a great showcase for Maxey to show people that not only can he perform during the regular season, but he can bring it into the postseason as well. And he was able to outscore James Harden, one of the best scorers of our generation. So I think that is a lot to be said for a young player. But going into the next series, it was a little bit of a different story for the 76ers. Joel Embiid would only be able to play 4 out of the 6 games due to him dealing with an injury. And that left the Miami Heat, which mind you, at this time are the #1 seed and the 3rd best defense in the entire league. They're left to just focus on James Harden and Tyrese Maxey, and that definitely swayed the series in their favor. Although the Miami Heat were able to take down the Sixers in 6 games, Maxey's play was still very impressive. Though his 3-point percentage would take an 11% dip from what he's used to in the regular season, he was still able to put in 17 points, shooting 45% from the field, while also dropping 3 dimes and grabbing 3 boards a game against Miami's star-studded defense. And it's just crazy to think that just a year ago, he was the young spark plug off the bench. Now the 76ers are asking him to be the #2 or #3 option on a contending team. You guys have to think, that is a huge leap from year 1 to year 2. And I think Tyrese Maxey handled it perfectly. And it only gets me even more excited to see what he will do in year 3. And like I said at the beginning of the video, the 76ers have a lot to look forward to. You have Tyrese Maxey, you have a healthy Joel Embiid who's fresh off winning a scoring title and arguably could have been voted for MVP. You bring back James Harden, you bring in PJ Tucker, you bring in DeAnthony Melton. This Sixers team is looking extremely dangerous right now. And I feel their future can really pivot depending on what kind of leaps that Tyrese Maxey can take. But I bet money that he'll come in next season and play even better than he did this year. You can hold me to it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But of course, it's not about what I think. It's about what you guys think. So let me know down in the comments how you feel. If you liked and enjoyed this video, leave a like on this video. Helps me get my content out there and expand the basketball family. So subscribe if you want more basketball content if you haven't already. I want you guys to have a great and productive day. Accomplish those goals. All right, peace.